People, this is Box of Bullshit 5, I guess. It's the fifth one. We're going to call it Box of Bullshit 5. It just is, whether it is or not. It is. What's the first one here? We got LeBron James. Final words on the LeBron James saga. I only need one word, people. Annoying. All right, annoying. The only thing more annoying than LeBron James talk is Kawhi Leonard talk. If you don't know what I mean by Kawhi Leonard talk, and you're not like an NBA fan or whatever, consider yourself blessed. Are the Dodgers ruining baseball? Another sports question. Huh? The Dodgers, who have as of this recording, have just won, but they've been in a slump. So no, they're not ruining baseball. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not a baseball fan, then consider yourself blessed. But no, you know what? Y'all need to quit whining. All right, quit your bitching and be better. All right, I'm tired of the Dodgers ruining baseball. They're taking everybody. They got all the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this. I am a Dodgers fan, but still, though, and it's a good lesson for the kids. All right, next time your kid is whining about something, you grab them by the shoulders, you shake them, and be like, "Look, quit your bitching, be better." That's what you do. Oh, yeah, another sports question. We have Aaron. Does my love for Aaron Rodgers, Wayne? Let me read this again. It's all written all weird. Pretty much, Aaron Rodgers said something silly about Dr. Fauci, what I consider silly. And does that mean I'm going to stop supporting Aaron Rodgers? There's kind of two questions there. I'm going to make this two instead. So this will be three. Aaron Rodgers is three. All right. I'm not rooting for Aaron Rodgers, but that's because his team stinks, his coach stinks, and he's old and busted and apparently bitter. All right. Moving on to Dr. Fauci. I don't know what we're doing there. We're acting as if Dr. Fauci, snuck into a Chinese laboratory, created COVID-19, and then spread COVID-19 around the entire world is what we're acting like. So I just don't get it. I don't know why we're going so hard at Dr. Fauci with zero evidence. I'm not saying that he didn't do anything. He's not some sort of hero to me or anything like that. I'm being objective. I just don't. We have zero proof. It's like, what are we doing? And if all the things that he's being accused of are true, then we have a larger problem in our hands. And if they're not, then what are we doing? Again, it doesn't make any sense, especially to go so hard after him without any proof. What we're accusing him of is kind of ridiculous. He has spoken about it in the past, like the whole Fifth Amendment thing is smart from a legal standpoint. If this is a witch hunt, which it is, then, it makes sense for him to protect himself and his family, right? While he has been pardoned, pardons have their limitations. And anything he can say, and anything he says, you ever been caught up in some legal matters or you've been caught up by the police? The police, they tell you, look, anything you say, can be used against you, can and will be used against you. So you got to kind of think about that. And that's what Fauci's thinking about. And it's smart for him to plead the fifth. All right, enough sports questions, enough serious talk. Give me something else. What we got? No more sports talk. I'm agitated now. What we got? Is Hollywood running out of actors? Yes. Why are we talking about this? That was because of, I think it's the Odyssey and Spider-Man. You had the same actors in both movies. Still, though, yes. Yeah, we're running out of actors. Yeah, I love those actors, though, man. Robert Pattinson, or that's his name, Pattinson. I want to say it right. Robbie P. He's great. He's so good right now. He might be the best around right now. Tom Holland's also great. Zendaya's great. Tom Holland, by the way, needs better roles. My favorite role he's ever played. It was an Apple Plus show. I think he played a character who has DID. I can't remember what the show's called though. But check it out. Apple Plus, Tom Holland. Google that and I'm sure you'll find the show. That to me, he really showed off his chops in that one. But he needs better role. He's always playing the character who's like the young person, trying to figure things out. He needs to be the man. You know what I'm saying? Be the man and get himself like an irritating, cocky role, like a role that has like some Conor McGregor energy. He's just kind of there, like, what's up? What's up? Tom Holland. I'm Tom Holland. What's up? He needs that type of character. That's what I want to see him step outside the box, step outside his comfort zone. But great actor. Oh, Blade and lost Blade and Wonder Man. It's not really a question, but we did lose Blade and Wonder Man. Marvel lost a couple black people, right? I'm considering Jonathan Majors in this equation as well. I know it's been a few years, but he was huge, right? It's Kang, it's a big character, and now he's gone. And that's not Kevin Feige's fault. That's Jonathan Majors' fault. But you lost Jonathan Majors, you lose another black man. You had the Marvels with the 3 or 4 women as the leads. And that didn't do that well. You know what I'm saying? Now you couldn't make Blade happen. Man, ain't looking good. It's bad optics, Kevin Feige. Bad optics. It's not your fault, but it's just bad optics. And then you're gonna kind of bring us a new black person with Black Panther, but I ain't falling for that. Don't pay attention to this stuff over here. We have a new black guy. Hey, don't look at that. And we might have a new black guy, right? We thought we were getting Blade, didn't get that. Years and years went by, but just saying, bad optics. But man, it's money, right? I think the reason why we're not getting a Wonder Man season 2 is money, and that sucks, man. Money's always gonna ruin good art, unless the money somehow comes without strings attached, which is almost never. But yeah, the executives look at the money and they're crunching numbers and they ruin good art all the time. One more example of it. How can I be a Christian and a martial artist? Don't those two things conflict? No. When did I ever? No, I feel like I'm being misrepresented here. I'm a martial artist. I'm from Baltimore. Sometimes you gotta engage in some violence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying violence solves problems. It doesn't. But sometimes, you need to get some people some slaps. Smack shit out of somebody. You solve some problems. All right. Now, is it what Jesus would do? I don't know. He was whipping people, right? He was flipping some tables once, twice. You know what I'm saying? God, struck down some lightning here and there. You know what I'm saying? Rained down some hail, rained down some fire in the Old Testament. So, he might, a couple of smacks. I don't know. I'm just saying, in Baltimore City especially. Now, you shouldn't solve your problems with violence, people. But sometimes you deserve a smack. Could have shot you. Could have stabbed you. I could have shot you again. But I just slapped you. All right? Consider yourself blessed. Last question here. Last bit of box of bullshit is how can I be a Christian without any proof? There's plenty of proof. All kinds of proof. I don't know if it might not be the type of proof you're looking for, but if you're really looking for the truth, you'll find it. I don't think you're seeking. These people who say that, most times people who say this kind of type of thing have never actually sought the truth. Like people who say that the Bible has all kinds of contradictions, and what are these contradictions? You don't even know. You haven't even taken the time to study. So no, there's plenty of proof. If you go to a church and you study a bunch of Christians, right? People who are legit Christians, all right? That's key. Who actually take it seriously, and you see how God impacts their life, how the Word of God over the years or the decades has impacted their life and grown them. You find all the proof that you need there. It's just a different type of proof. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like trying to prove to somebody loves somebody else, right? That's a hard one to prove, but easy if you make a standard for what love is, right? And then you kind of collect all the data and say, yeah, most likely this person loves you. You see what I'm saying? Once you have the standard and then you have all the data that point towards that standard, most likely that person loves you. But there's still faith required. Like, you don't know the motives of that person's heart, right? Or what they mean is love. So there's still some faith required to know whether that person loves someone else or not. And the same thing with God. You collect all the data. There's still some faith required, right? It's not going to be totally intellectually, not going to be totally leaning on the data. But that data is there, right? I could go on and on about that, but you ain't really seeking. You ain't. That's it. No more bullshit. I'm done.